What's up, guys? So today we're going to be talking about kind of my final thoughts on the Trex Arms Sidecar 2.0 holster and kind of some modification that I did to it to kind of make it more similar to the old style Raptor holster, and just kind of show you guys kind of why I did that and kind of how it's working. So kind of, I guess, final thoughts on the Raptor holster. Nothing has really changed from my previous video. The only thing I will say is having an extra magazine makes going to the restroom definitely a little bit more challenging than it is without having the sidecar or the magazine on it, basically. So really nothing, it's not necessarily the holster's fault. It's just something to think about. It's definitely a little bit more of a process to do that. But other than that, everything has been pretty good. So I guess we'll kind of show you guys. So this is the original Raptor holster that you can see has this kind of flat style clip versus the sidecar now only comes with these skinny clips. So not necessarily a bad thing. I got used to having this clip with it all together, but let's say you wanted to run this holster setup with basically just run it like an old Raptor. It's a little bit not my favorite. Basically they have this little clip thing that clips onto here, and it's got basically just a clip. I think that's just too much cumbersome having to do two, and then that's where you run into the problem where when you have to use the restroom, you have to unclip two different, basically this clip versus not having to unclip anything with this style clip on there. So I guess we'll kind of show you basically what I did. So we'll go ahead and push this pin out here. Okay, so we got that out. So basically what I did is, as you can see on the old style Raptor, it's just they have a nice flat piece here, and on the new one it almost steps down. So basically what I did was I added two different basically the washers that kind of come with these holsters. I've had a bunch of them in the past, so I had some extra washers. So I built up this side with more washers than the other side, and then I was just drilled two holes into the Kydex here. I probably could have bumped it up a little bit closer because this is pretty close to the edge here, but it still works. So there's that, and then it still clears the gun. This doesn't scrape on the gun, which is really nice. And then basically you could just run it straight up just like this if you wanted to, and basically you have your Trex Arms Sidecar 2.0 with basically like the old style Raptor, which I know a lot of people like this style clip and this setup, I guess you could say. One thing that you could do if you want to make it look a little bit more finished, you could add this and then add a bunch of these little rubber washers, and then you could add one. I think before I'll show a picture, I added one more, and then you could slide the pin through, and then that way looks a little bit more finished, and these aren't, I guess, nothing's really going to happen with this like this. And then you could also probably cut this off here and have more, or just get more rubber washers to kind of give it a more finished look. Nothing's going to happen if you just run it, straight up like this. It's just whatever. I don't know. I just kind of like the look of it all kind of set up like that. But yeah, so that's basically how you can kind of, if you guys are really dead set on because when you run a single clip with this, there's just not enough support, in my opinion. So basically, if you want to run the old style Raptor holster, having the two clips is kind of annoying. Having to have two different clips on there, having one is just great. It's definitely not designed like this, so I obviously don't recommend you guys doing this, because this will probably void, I would assume this will probably void your warranty with them if you start, hacking up the holsters or whatever. But so, modify it at your own risk. I really am not too worried about it. The holster's very strong, good Kydex. I do run it like this. There's really no point to if you're just looking at getting this type of clip, there's really no point. This type of clip works just fine once you have both in there, and you have to have both in there to run the magazine on the side. So that's really not too much of an issue. But like I said, if you like that old style Raptor holster, kind of like this guy is, there goes the pin. If you want to run it like this, you can still do that. with this holster. Like I said, you just have to kind of space it out so it sits a little bit flatter. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you found it helpful. Definitely give the video a thumbs up if that's the case, and definitely consider subscribing. That helps me out a bunch, guys. And we'll see you guys in the next video.